Hey guys, and welcome to this quick video in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 to introduce you to a new flight control replay program that is a third-party program for Microsoft Flight Sim, and it enables you for the first time to record and replay your favorite moments in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So everybody knows that Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 was released without any form of instant replay available. Many of us upset about that. A lot of us then have been waiting for something to bring that option here into the simulator, and now finally I can say that here we are, and this is available. So this new program is called Flight Control Replay. It is available and newly released on Sim Market for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it gives us a way of looking back and watching all our perfect or not so perfect landings and anything else, of course, that you want to capture. So how does it work? Well, very briefly, let's open the panel. So Flight Control Replay, we'll get this connected. So hit the connect button. So there we go, Flight Control Replay is now connected, and we simply hit the record button. So let's get that recording. We can then minimize that. So it's now recording what we everything we do from now on. And how it works, it appears to almost use the your time function, so a little bit crude in the way it's implemented, but at the moment there's nothing else really we can do. It's not quite as basic as just looking at yawing the aircraft through the replay, as it does seem to capture a lot more. It is more advanced than that because it captures things like all the surface movements of the aircraft and any of the audio that it hears as well. So at the moment I'm just on finals to approach in Cairo. I've not set this aircraft up particularly well for this approach, so I apologize now for that, but basically I just want to get the aircraft down on the ground, and then we'll have a quick look at the replay function and how Flight Control Replay works. One of the things I've noticed when playing around with it a little bit, it doesn't seem to affect frame rates at all. So as you can see, we're flying quite smoothly. So don't worry too much about that. It is an external program. It's not connected or needs to be started at any point in the flight simulator setup. So if you want to do a nice big long flight but then just record the ending, just launch it before the approach, which is essentially what I've done here. And the only other thing I would say that I've discovered whilst playing around with it is some of it can be a little bit temperamental in the way that it manipulates the aircraft for the replay, and you'll probably perhaps see that in a minute. As in, what sometimes happens is, imagine that you are in active pause mode at the start of the replay, and the aircraft can become overstressed with what's happening, so you may need to turn off the crash function. But we'll see how that works in a minute. So let's just get the aircraft down. Good landing or bad, we'll be able to see in a minute, won't we? And we can have a look at the landing from an outside point of view. So let's pull her back and flare. If we touch down at all. There we go. So we'll just get the aircraft to roll to a stop, and then we'll have a look at loading the instant replay. Alright, so let's hold her just there. We'll apply the parking brake as well, just so the aircraft doesn't move whilst we go for that. Let's just disable the ATC. Okay, so now what we can do, let's reopen the window, let's hit the stop button. You can choose then and select where you want these videos to be stored. So the recording is now stopped. If we now press the load page and we want to select this one just here, so now you can see the simulator is sort of re-rendering the start of the start of the approach. It takes us instantly back to the ready to fly screen, so this is almost right at the very start, almost something similar to as I set up the flight, as I just selected an approach to record for you. One of the things you must do then before pressing the play button is you must select ready to fly. So if we hit ready to fly, so at the moment this is live simulation, so we can control this left and right, so that's me doing that. However, if we now reopen that panel again and now we hit the play button, so the aircraft instantly was just pulled back a little bit to the left, as you saw just there. But this now, I cannot manipulate it, so if I try to steer the aircraft left and right, everything is disabled. So this is the live recording that we've done. And obviously then what we can do now, we can obviously move that away, but you can now go to any of your showcase cameras and watch the aircraft as it came into land. So surface control movements are all recorded. You can see the wing flex obviously. So we can select a passenger view if you want to see what the passengers witnessed as we came in just then. Not too much movement from me for this approach, as wind was rather calm and the aircraft had almost set me up perfectly for the approach. One of the other things as well we can do now is go to the drone camera, so we're free to move around a little bit. So if we wish, we can start to skip ahead.
500.
You can hear the radio altimeter call out. And this is the sort of thing we've been missing, isn't it? We want to be able to see those landings, see what they look like. So we actually floated a little bit along there, so let's have a look and see
50,
what it was like.
20, 10, 5.
That didn't look too bad from a replay point of view. Okay, so if you then want to see how the passengers viewed it, we can then just reopen that and we can actually stop the whole replay. We can play it again, or of course you can fast forward and you can also speed up the replay. So let's just click the play button again. So here we go, this is once again the replay. Right now, so this is the thing I talked about. So we overstressed the aircraft and we caused critical damage. This is why you potentially need to turn off the safety features if you like, or rather turn on the safety features. So let's just quickly restart that. The simulator shall reload. We also want to stop the replay there. So it is a little bit of a crude method of instant replay, but that is all to do with the programming, and until Azobo and Microsoft give us their sort of inbuilt instant replay function, which is going to be quite a way down the line yet, this is the best we've got, and it works to all intents and purposes to show you what happens at the end of your flights. You can record them and you can export them, as you can see. So once again, let's just hit ready to fly. I'm in control here. I'm actually flying the aircraft now, as you can see. So now all I want to do is hit the play button. There we go. So now this is the instant replay that is performing, so we can speed up the approach. And whilst it's doing that, we could have a quick look, see how the passengers viewed the approach. Although, let me just slow that down a little bit, turn that off. There we go. Let's come back to our external view. I need to resize that window for those to appear. Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong one. Showcase view. There we go. Let's come and see how our passengers saw the approach. Obviously the software does come with a detailed manual for you to read through. So if this is something that you think you're going to benefit from, it's something that I might certainly use when doing streams, just because it's always nice to see the landing again, isn't it? Then check out the link in the video description for this, and it'll take you right through to the sim market page where you can purchase this.
30, 20, 10, 5.
And there we go, touchdown. The other thing that you can do with this, I've not played around with it just yet, but the other things you can do is you can actually set up what's called ghost planes. So if you wanted to film a formation flight just off your individual there's the audio that's recorded, as I just say. If you wanted to set up sort of like a display flight with 3 or 4 AI aircraft, then obviously you film yourself just making the approach, however, and then you can add ghost planes in and offset them by a mile or 2 at different altitudes, keep them all at the same altitude, and that is explained as well in the operations manual that comes with that. So, hope you've enjoyed that little video explaining the new way to watch instant replays in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I shall see you all again very soon.